Namaste, I am Ashok Kumar Dahal, Principal of New Buddha Prakash Secondary School. Today I am giving some tips to the teachers, students and the parents, being a principal of this school. I have another identity as well. I am the trainer of the teachers, parents and the students. There is one issue regarding the study of the students, and often parents complains. They often say that my children do not study seriously at home and they do not do homework and they are not serious regarding the study. But it is not the matter and the issue of the students only. It is the issue and it is the problem of the teachers and the parents as well. Generally, the teachers expect the best performance from the students. The same thing happens in case of the parents. Everybody knows education plays a vital role to change the society, the nation and the whole world. But they don't know how to groom the students or how to take care of the children at home. So first of all, I would like to request all the parents, they must know the real habit of the children at home, their need and the interest as well. And when the students come to school, now the duty starts of the school. School teachers should be conscious about the students' habit and their interest. Generally, in one class, we have seen at least 30 students in the classroom and the teachers try to teach in the same way. It is a mistake. It is a great mistake. Teacher often tries to teach the same thing in a same way, but they don't know the students have the different habits, different qualities and different intelligences. Howard Gardner has said at least there are 9 categories. Students have the 9 categories in terms of their intelligence, and he says that multiple intelligence plays a vital role to uplift the present condition of the students at school. If the students has a linguistic intelligence and teacher doesn't focus on that and only the teacher tries to focus on mathematical intelligence, he cannot give a justice. It is often said, suppose there is one butterfly. What happens if butterfly is kept on a hand and if the hand is folded? There are two, the possibilities. If you hold the butterfly lightly, it survives. But if you hold the butterflies tightly, it dies. Butterflies is same, your hand is same, but the result is different. If you hold it tightly, it dies. If you hold it lightly, it survives. That is to say, how you take care of the butterfly. Remember, your butterfly signifies your student. And parents, dear parents, remember, the butterfly means your children. Dear teacher, please remember, butterfly means your student. How do you take care of your student? Or dear parents, how do you take care of your children? If you care very carefully, if you try to protect your children, or if you try to educate the children the best way, you have to hold it lightly. That is to say, you must know the psychology of the students, emotion of the students, social aspect of the students and educational aspect of the students. So, generally, parents don't know about these aspects. So, dear parents, first of all, you have to be conscious about your children's talent. children's habit and children's interest. Don't try to impose your interest upon your children, because your habit and your children's habit cannot match. You can only give birth to your children and you can feed. You can buy something else for their happiness, but you don't know their talent. You don't know their inner interest. They grow up as per their interest. They do everything as per their intelligence. So don't try to make them intellectual. Try to make them free to do whatever they have the intelligence. So to be intellectual and to have intelligence are different things. Intellectuality can be obtained from school by reading books, but intelligence is by birth. And whatever is taught at school, that is secondary. But what is obtained during the birth or along with the birth, that is important. That is called intelligence. And another important thing is that we have to notice what type of emotion your children have. If his emotion doesn't match with your behavior, or your behavior is unlike to his habit or the intelligence or his emotion, then he cannot grow up naturally. So that you have to be very careful regarding his emotion. Some children are very emotional. They need your love. They need your care. And they need your service. That is important. The same thing the teacher must remember at school. Some students are very emotional. They need special caring from the children. We have often heard that some children do not like to come to school because teachers do not love them. Teachers do not care them. And teachers are often seen biased. It is the complaint that is heard from the students and the parents. So, dear teachers, you should be unbiased. You should give justice to every student as per their intelligence. That is to say, if the student is linguistic, if the students has or if the students have linguistic intelligence, please let them lot of exposure in language. That student or the very student must get enough time to speak, communicate each other, communication needed. But if his intelligence is mathematical, he must get enough time to practice mathematics, do research. And if the student is kinesthetic, he must get enough time to play at school. And dear parents, you must buy some things so that your children can play at home. Then only he can be happy and he can grow up naturally. Don't try to teach and treat as per your hobby and the interest. It is unbiased. It is injustice. So if you want to give him justice, or if you want to give your children justice, first of all, know their intelligence, know their emotion, and treat accordingly. Many students do not like to come to school because school often try to give curricular activities only. The student must come on time, must study, must do homework. If not submitted the homework on time, he is punished or she is punished. But his intention or his interest may not be doing homework regularly and every time. He tries to do other activities. Suppose he likes to dance or he likes to dance, he likes to the play usu or the basketball, chess. There are many programs, so that dear school teachers, you have to give enough time to the children for the ECA, extracurricular activities. You can see the people in the world, they are surviving, or they have survived doing many more things in their life. We have heard that there are more than 6,000 jobs in the world. Suppose your student is a good painter, he can be the greatest painter of the world and he can survive. He can earn money, he can support his family, and he can be recognized as the best painter of the world. So there's nothing wrong to be a painter. If your student is fond of dancing, nothing wrong to be a dancer. He can be the dance teacher one day. He can be model one day. He can do choreography in future. Nothing wrong. If your students like to play karate, taekwondo, wushu, or other sports, nothing wrong. Let's take the example of Messi and the Ronaldo. You know, many people in the world do not know where is Nepal. Is there any country like Nepal or the named Nepal? They might question in the world. If you go to Europe and Africa, many African people or the European people don't know about Nepal, but they know about Messi and Ronaldo. Why? Because of their game. Messi and Ronaldo, they just played football, and just because of the football, they are known all over the world. There are many political leaders in Nepal. Even we don't know. Being Nepali citizens, we had to know, but we don't know them. Why? Because they are not working in such a way who can win the heart of the people, Nepali citizens. So, don't try to make your children like the political leaders or like the teachers or the doctors or blah blah blah. Maybe becoming a doctor, that might be the dream, or the making your son and the daughter a doctor, that might be your dream. But if your son and the daughter do not like to be a doctor, don't force them to make a doctor. If your son and the daughter do not like to be a teacher, then don't force them to make them teacher. In place of becoming a teacher and the doctor, they can be the dancer, they can be the painter, or they can be entrepreneur. They can open, the different type of shops. They can be, swimmer. They can be volleyball player. Nothing wrong to be volleyball player. Nothing wrong to be blah blah blah. So, dear parents, you might have 3 children at home. Think that they are the flowers of the 3 different colors. One son may be the flower of red color. Another flower having white color. Another the flower of the yellow color. Don't try to make them of the same color. That is to say, they do have the different habits. So don't impose your rule. You have to give them power to empower themselves. That is to say, one might be doctor, another might be engineer, another may be pilot, or one may be dancer, another might be painter, another might be footballer. Nothing wrong to be a footballer. Nothing wrong to be a painter. Nothing wrong to be a dancer. So, you have to protect them very carefully, like how you protected the butterfly on your hand. If you are going to the cafe with your children, they don't demand the same thing. One say Coca-Cola, another say Fanta, another say Sprite. Why? Though they are your children, but they have the different choices. That is to say, they are not of the same basket. They are your children, but they have their own choices, individual differences. The same thing happens at school. School is also a type of society. In classroom is called miniature society. That's called microcosm. Microcosm means a small society. In a classroom, you can see the students from different geographical locations, different linguistic background, different economic background, and having a different habits and intelligences. So don't try to teach in a same way. Howard Gardner has said, if you are teaching all the students in the same way, actually you are not teaching, you are punishing the students. It is totally unfair. So dear parents, you might have the 3 to 4 children at home. Don't try to behave at the same way or in the same way. If you are trying to treat in the same way, and if you are comparing each other, then you are being totally unbiased. Sadhguru has said one time, you are greater than your children from one aspect or in one aspect only, that is, you are bigger than your children by age only. Suppose you are 50 years old, your son and the daughters might be might be at least 20 to 25 years younger. But if you compare your children with you, they are superior to you in other aspects. They might be talented than you, they might be taller than you, they might be powerful than you, they might be heavier than you, they might be smarter than you, they know other things better than you. Only you are greater by age, only you are bigger by age, not by other things. So that why do you try to make them as per your expectation? Why you are trying to compare your one child with another child? Don't try to compare. So that we should not have the comparative mind, we should have the cooperative mind. So that dear teachers, when the students come to school, don't try to compare each other, because they have their unique talents, they have their individual differences, they have their own choices. Student A and student B might have the different choices. So that don't try to impose your choice, don't try to impose your interest. Sometimes you can ask to the students, dear students, what are you going to study today? Dear students, what do you want to study today? Dear students, please inform me today. I am going to teach today as per your choice and the interest. Sometimes you can raise that type of questions in front of the students. Then only you can make the students happy. And now some messages to the students as well. Today I am speaking only about the teachers, parents and the students. So what roles the parents must play at home towards the students, towards the children, and what role the teacher must have, or what type of behavior the teacher must have towards the students. Regarding that I have spoken, but now I am suggesting the students about some academic activities. Everything possible in the world. Nelson Mandela has said that it is almost impossible until it is done. But when you start the work, everything becomes possible. And even psychologists say that Impossible itself says I am possible. That is to say, everything is possible in the world. Nothing is impossible. So, dear students, don't be fearful seeing failure. Until and unless you make a mistake, you cannot learn in life. So that it is said, mistake is the learning step. You have to make lot of mistakes in life. Lot of mistakes. Thousands of mistakes. Then only you learn. You can take example of the small babies. They do have the babbling talks when they are small. They cannot make the correct sentences while speaking, but nothing wrong to make a mistakes. They cannot use the honorific terms while addressing to their parents, while speaking. Either the Nepali babies or the American babies, no problem. Every babies of the world have the problems in the beginning phase, so that they cannot speak fluently. They do have babbling talk. But if they do not start the babbling talk, they cannot become fluent in future. The same thing happens in case of the senior students. So, dear students, don't get afraid of learning. Don't get afraid of mathematics, science. You have to practice. If you practice, everything is possible. So, Shiva Khera has said in his book, You Can Win, and there is one chapter, habit cultivation. He says that you need to practice to be perfect. But he says only practice cannot make you perfect. Perfect practice makes you perfect. So that if you give enough time to practice anything else, you become perfect. And mentally as well as physically, you have to be ready. Before World Cup 2023, Messi had said, I am ready. So, first of all, he became ready mentally, and then he went to play football, World Cup football, and in reality, after almost 1 month rigorous practice, rigorous play, physically he played, and then he won the trophy of World Cup. And the Argentina team, because of the Messi, became the winner of the World Cup. First of all, he was ready psychologically. And psychological readiness is the privilege, or it makes the path for the physical practice, physical readiness. So, dear students, before you come to school, be mentally ready and give auto suggestion that today I am going to study the best way. Today I am performing the best way in the school. Today I am doing the homework on time. Today I am talking to the friends and the teachers. I am asking some question to the teachers. I am doing paper presentation. I am doing blah blah blah. If you say mentally, if you give suggestions to your brain, automatically you become stronger and you will have the best performance in the school. So, last but not the least, I would like to tell you, dear students, you have to be motivated first of all. You have to give auto suggestion. You have to visualize becoming successful day by day. And ultimately you become successful in life. So, dear parents, treat your children as per their habit. Dear teachers, treat your students as per their habits and interests. And dear students, go forward as per your habit and the interest. If you know your real potentiality, if you know your real intelligence, then definitely you should not face the failure in the life. But one thing I would like to remind, once upon a time there was a couple in America. They were from India actually. They had gone to America for further study, and that boy, Indian boy, who was brought up in America, studied in America, and parents always groomed him to become successful. But because of the COVID-19 and then global economic crisis, he had to lose his job. After he lost his job, he had the problems in his family. He could not afford money for his sons to pay in his school. In the same way, he had to face some problems to pay the rent of his flat, and later they decided to commit suicide. First of all, he shot his wife, then children, and at last he shot. Later, psychologist finding was that he was groomed up to be successful in life, but he was not trained to face the challenge and the failure in life. So that, dear students, I suggest you that don't try to program to be successful in life. You have to program how to face the failures in life as well, so that you can adjust yourself in the difficulties. You can also survive in the difficult situations. So, dear students, dear parents, dear teachers, in your real life also, you have to face the challenges. You have to face the failures in life, but don't get afraid of the failures. Failures and the problems and the obstacles give you some lessons. It might make you stronger day by day, and then one day you become successful. Wishing you best wishes, and may your life become very successful. Always stay motivated, get motivated, and try to become successful in life, but without getting afraid of the failure. Thank you so much.